Everyone, please stand. Be seated. Dearly beloved family and friends, on behalf of Stephen and Christina, welcome to the celebration of love. Stephen, Christina, welcome to you as well. Today you take a bold step of committing to one another a lifetime of love and marriage. We are gathered today in the presence of one another to celebrate and support the covenant that you will make. We do not gather to bless the beginning of what will be. No, today is not simply a beginning. We gather today to bless what already is, a beautiful and wondrous love that has taken root in the hearts of these two. Today we witness them as they look upon one another with eyes of true love, as they declare their vows and intentions for facing a future and lifetime together. Today we witness love transforming two into one, the uniting of two families through the miracle of love and marriage. As Stephen and Christina make the commitment of marriage here today, let us make our commitment together to support and love them in this endeavor. Many years ago, though it may seem like only yesterday, there were two beautiful children born into the world. Parents, when you first gazed upon your children, you marveled at their perfection and felt truly blessed. In them you saw much potential, and in them you placed great hope. With you they uttered their first words, they took their first steps. You were overjoyed in their victories and cried with them in their sorrows. You guided them, nurtured them. Indeed, you gave all that you could to them, so that they would grow to be strong, independent, and capable of great love, capable of what they do here today. Without you, this would not be possible. Now today, all the love and caring you gave to Stephen and Christina, they will in turn give to one another. On behalf of this gathering, we thank you for your nurturing and caring, and honor you, parents, for a job well done. Today we have gathered to join Stephen and Christina from two into one. Today, the bond of love that they share as they make promises of marriage to one another will bind two families into one. It is a joyous and sacred occasion when people turn to one another in search of greater fulfillment than either can achieve alone. Marriage is a bold step, not to be taken lightly, but taken hand in hand together with the one that you love into an unknown future. It is risking who we are for the sake of who we may yet become together. It is saying I do, and choosing to say I do day after day after day after day for the rest of your lives in abundance as well as hardship. Only in fully giving of ourselves to one another and sharing of our lives with another can the beautiful process that is growth take place. The words we say today have no magical or mystical powers, but they do hold a very deep meaning. The power of the wedding vows is a reflection of the reality that exists already in the hearts, minds, and souls of these two people. Stephen and Christina, only your love for one another, your integrity to make this commitment real, your choice to turn again and again to one another in times of hardship, sorrow, joy, and love. Only those things can ensure that this commitment will last. The author William A. Peterson wrote a piece entitled The Art of Marriage. In this piece, I believe he has captured the essence of the commitment that you make here today. I hope that you will keep these words upon your heart and turn to them again and again. Hear the art of marriage. It is the little things that are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you, at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end with the honeymoon. It should continue throughout all the years. It is having a mutual sense of values, common objectives. It is standing together and facing the world while forming a circle of love that gathers in the whole family. It is doing things for one another, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of love and joy. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is not expecting the husband to wear a halo. He just wants to be part of the ceremony. It is not expecting your husband to wear a halo, nor is it expecting your wife to have the wings of an angel. It is not looking for perfection. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. It is having capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving one another an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is not simply marrying the right partner. It is truly being the right partner. This, my friends, is the art of marriage. Stephen and Christina, love gives us new eyes. The eyes of love give us the power and ability to see those things which other eyes cannot. Love's eyes show us beneath the surface. It shows us those things within our beloved that make them special, unique, beautiful, and wondrous. The eyes of love give us to see the inner beauty that shines so brightly we cannot remove our gaze from it. It allows us to see our beloved as they truly are. It is with these eyes of love, that see to the inner core that you gaze upon each other today, right now. It is a true love you share. It is this love that has brought you here to this place. This love is truly a miracle like no other. Lean on this love always. It will strengthen you when hard times come. And hard times will come. But it is this love you share that will keep you whole and will be a healing salve in all times. Bearing these things in mind, I ask you each the following questions. Stephen, in the presence of those gathered here, do you pledge your heart and eternal love to Christina? Do you promise to love her freely, giving all that you are to her? Do you promise that you will turn time and time again to her in times of both joy and sorrow? Do you commit to celebrate her entire being with joy day in and day out throughout the rest of your lives? If so, please answer, I do. I do. Christina, in the presence of those gathered here, do you pledge your heart and eternal love to Stephen? Do you promise to love him freely, giving all you are to him? Do you promise that you will turn time and time again to him in times of both joy and sorrow? Do you commit to celebrate his entire being with joy day in and day out throughout the rest of your lives? If so, please answer, I do. It is my hope and the hope of those gathered here with you this day that you may forever cherish the beauty and the wonder of this moment. May you look deeply into one another's eyes as we stand here, and may you always remember the love that you find there as you cross this threshold of life. May you continually grow closer and deeper in love, and may you forever look upon one another with these eyes of love to see what none other can see. May your hearts remain open and willing to both give and receive love and learn from one another as you walk the road of life together. May you always remember the delight and joy you share this very moment, and may it always be a source of strength. May your relationship be blessed in all ways through joy, sorrow, poverty and plenty, prosperity and adversity. And may you look at one another through eyes of love and see anew the inner day of your beloved every day of your lives. Stephen and Christina, I invite you to please take one another by the hands. Look deeply into the eyes of your beloved. Take in this moment, the feelings, the thoughts. Remember and savor this moment. Always. You have walked quite a road to get to this moment. You did not always share the deep love you hold now. Indeed, at one point you were strangers. At this moment, as you behold your beloved, it must be strange to know that at one point you were a new acquaintance, but sensed that spark. In time, that spark grew to fondness, and eventually that fondness grew to something much greater, and you made your love known to one another. As you have walked that road, the love has grown brighter and brighter and become deeper and deeper. Only seconds from now, you will say words that will take you from more than just lovers, partners, or friends. These words will make you husband and wife. Considering all these things, I ask you now to make your vows of fidelity and trust to one another. Stephen, please repeat after me. Looking into the eyes of your beloved, please say, I, Stephen, vow to love you, Christina.
I, Stephen, vow to love you, Christina.
As I look into your eyes, I see a person for whom I will take on the world. I promise to take you and to hold you from this day forward. I promise to hold you in steadfast love as I offer myself wholly to you. In sickness, poverty, health, and prosperity, I will be there. From this day forward, I take you to be my wife. And give myself wholly to be your husband. Christina, if you will look into the eyes of your beloved, and please repeat after me. I, Christina, vow to love you, Stephen.
I, Christina, vow to love you, Stephen.
As I look into your eyes,
I
see a person for whom I will take on the world.
I see a person for whom I will take on the world.
I promise to take you and to hold you.
I promise to take you and to hold you.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
I promise to hold you in steadfast love.
I promise to hold you in steadfast love.
And I offer myself wholly to you.
I offer myself wholly to you.
In sickness, poverty, health, and prosperity.
In sickness, poverty,
health, and prosperity. I will be there.
I will be there.
From this day forward, I take you to be my husband,
From this day forward, I take you to be my husband
and give myself wholly to be your wife.
and give myself wholly to be your wife.
May I please have the rings? Rings are made precious by our wearing them. Certainly they are made of precious metals, but that is not what gives them value. What gives them value is the meaning the wearing of the ring carries. These rings are symbols. They reflect something of the wearer. Your wedding rings are precious because of the meaning they hold for you. These rings from this day forward will be a public declaration of the love you hold from one another. They will carry the beautiful message that we are individuals and yet we belong to one another. We are not alone. With that in mind, I ask you to please take Christina's ring. As you place it on her left hand, please repeat after me. Christina, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love. As it encircles your finger, may it remind you always that you are surrounded by my love. With this ring, I make you my wife. As you place the ring on Stephen's finger, please repeat after me. Stephen, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love. As it encircles your finger, may it remind you always that you are surrounded by my love. With this ring, I make you my husband. Stephen and Christina, you have looked deep into the eyes of your beloved, down to their very soul. You have exchanged vows of fidelity, trust, and steadfast love. You have joined hands and hearts and given and received the gifts of rings. Having witnessed these things in the presence of these witnesses, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Wisconsin, it is my privilege and honor to pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege, joy, and honor to introduce to you for the very first time as a married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Zychek.